Want to thank everyone for joining us. We'll get started here on this Thursday. Thanks for coming to our workshop. This is talking about how to expand your business with integrated packaging, labels, wide format, multi-segment solutions from your technology partner at OnPrintShop. Couple of housekeeping notes on the day we just talked about. We are recording this webinar. It will be available to you shortly after the webinar ends, so you'll be able to revisit and relook. Everyone is on mute. If you need to chat, you can use the chat feature inside the GoToWebinar. And if you have a question, feel free to go ahead and type that question in, and our team is standing by to be able to answer those questions. So your host today, let's go ahead and introduce who we are. First is Nimish Patel, my counterpart, Senior Manager for Business Development at OnPrintShop. He has helped hundreds of printers from around the world successfully grow their business over the past decade. And my name is Trent Foreman. I'm the Regional Sales Manager here in the U.S. We also have our entire team that's here to talk with you and would love to talk with you on how to expand your business and reach new markets so you can efficiently scale your company to the next level as you expand into different print segments. So what are we talking about today? And this is the big topic that's been going on really in the last year and a half, ever since COVID really got in place. You know, we're talking about expanding into new segments of the marketplace. And really, what does that mean? You know, there are challenges that are associated with kind of stepping out of your lane and out of your comfort zone into something new. We'll talk how OnPrintShop works as a multi-segment solution so that, you know, you can break that barrier of entry. And then obviously we always answer questions. We love to chat. We love to talk. We love to learn about your business. And you can ask those questions again, using the Q&A button on your control panel. So really, let's get started. You know, where is the growth opportunity? NAPCO does a really good job with this. They actually ask this question on a very fairly regular basis, and they generate several studies over the course of the years on market trends. So the largest perceived growth areas, graphics and signage, and really general commercial printing. And that's not real surprising. I mean, printing technology is made it a lot easier in these segments to produce these types of products with better efficiency, higher margins, and a faster turnaround time. We discussed turnaround time in a previous webinar, if you'd like to go take a look at that. But, you know, overall, the vast majority of printers, they see and they understand that their need to expand their offerings into different segments. And, you know, the question becomes, where do you go? So you ask what's popular with customers. If you're doing retail, if you're doing corporate, you know, implant, B2B, B2C, there's always the phrase of being that one-stop shop because you want to take care of your customers. So whether you're commercial printer, packaging, implant, you know, we're seeing the trends of what customers are looking for. And so we kind of broke it down and talked about, you know, the top four, and we'll go 4 to 1 here. And it really all starts with promotional products. It's a swag. It's everything from hats and t-shirts. It's custom Stanley cups, Yeti cups. It's pens. It's sticky notes. It is all the things that you can brand for a customer that they can hand out, give out, or sell so that they can help to promote their business as well. So promotional being kind of number 1. The number 3, let's talk about traditional commercial printing. And I know you look and you go, well, everybody does commercial printing. Well, let's talk about if you're primarily a sign shop or you're a screen printer, you know, offering your customers the business essentials like those business cards, brochures, you know, that becomes a big deal, and it removes the perception that you're just a one-dimensional partner for them. Number 2, graphics and signage. And this is one of the larger ones. But it's beyond, you know, a banner. It's tents, it's tablecloths, it's display items, it's vinyl graphics for windows. It's being able to, again, brand every part of that business and be able to be seen by their public. And then the top spot is labels and packaging. And I think this is probably the fastest growing, and it's a lot to do with technology. But what you're talking about here, again, we're back to branding. It's branding the items for the business, and this is big. Doesn't matter what you're shipping in or what you put actually on the carton. Capturing this segment can lead to very significant growth areas within your print shop. But it's all about opportunity, and it's where do you see that opportunity? You know, the vast majority look at a multi-segment as a way to grow. And if you do that, you need to be researching if you want to dip your toe in someplace, or you already know you're going to cannonball right in, and it doesn't have to be large scale research. You don't have to do a big national research. Of you look in your immediate area, find out if there's something else that your customers are looking for that maybe is not coming from you and they're getting it from somewhere else, but they believe you're a little bit one-dimensional. So make sure you do your research. That's the big thing. As you see, 93% of respondents in this particular research category from NABCO looking at adjacent print markets, they see the opportunity that's in the other segments. So that's what you're looking for, is you're looking for that opportunity. And when you find out, is there an opportunity there, and you've done your research, you got to look at the cost of what it's going to take for you to get there, and make sure you're allocating the right funds, because it doesn't just show up for free. So if you're looking for a new segment, I mean, everybody kind of knows you got to allocate some capital investment funds, and you can do that and ask, what do you need them for? You can just ask a couple little questions. Where's this going? Where's this capital going to go? Is it going in, are we having to buy new equipment? Do we want to do the production in-house? Is it is it going to be something that we own a process and do? Or are you looking to invest, now we're investing into technology like an OnPrintShop with multiple segments, and we now start outsourcing with a nice outsource partner like a 4over integration, so that you can quickly go to market in that respect. And so along with all of that, there's a lot of challenges, and Nimish has had a lot of experience with talking about those online ordering challenges that printers are looking for. And I'll let him kind of start to step in and talk about, how do you overcome those?
Thank you, Trent. And yes, as you very well mentioned, basically everybody would agree that there is a great opportunity getting into multi-print segment. But the biggest confusion or the dilemma print companies are having, how to simplify offering these multi-print segments. So they always believe that, even the research says like 39% print providers are believing that the customers are demanding online ordering. And post pandemic, it has been growing because people been into the different worlds. So people are sitting home, they now want to order online. At the same time, they also want to talk to the print companies, but they want now hybrid ordering. So they do not want only like physical ordering, they want online options as well. So print companies who wants to offer into multi-print segment, they are facing challenges, because either they are having some kind of technology which only supports limited product segment, or the challenge is they only support limited customer segment. So only 42% of providers are offering online ordering today, according to the report. So in spite of having a lot of opportunity, there is a challenge capturing this multi-print segment opportunity by an online market. So why? So why there is a challenge? So the one of the reason why they are facing this challenge is because of the challenges in the technology of the current technology what they're using. So now, for example, when we talk with so many print companies out there, their segment is like every print segment requires a unique estimation and ordering needs. And that's where they feel that they need to have some kind of online offering which can support that particular segment offering. Because if you consider commercial printing to white format, to labels, to packaging, every print segment is having a unique estimation and the ordering needs. So either they are already in some kind of investment, means they already have some kind of web to print or technology implemented. Many of web to print are they are using from quite longer time, but now those web to print or their system has become the bottlenecks, because they are only supporting the limited print segments. Either they are supporting commercial white format, but they want to get into packaging. Now they have to invest in another platform. So I have been talking to so many print companies. Now they are stuck with multiple e-commerce technologies and web to print, because every print segment they launch, their system is limited. So they start with the new. Now the biggest challenge, because of the multiple platform, and clients and internal team are struggling, because they have to order from multiple platforms. There is no integration. Even internal team are struggling, because every orders are generated from the different platforms. So today they are having some what kind of system, but again, all those systems are working in an isolated manner. So they do not have any centralized system to process all orders. Even I have seen clients offering white format from a different site, photo products from a different sites, promo products from maybe a supplier side. and then their customers have to remember like 3 logins, and then they have to order. And their internal team sometimes they do not even offer the new products. Like one of my client mentioned, like we don't create the new products from quite a long because it takes so much of time in our system. It takes like 7 to 8 days to configure the new product and pricing. So we have stopped offering so many types of new products, even though we have a capability. And that's where the challenges started in offering the multi-print segment. And that's what we've been hearing from a lot of our clients. And we've been expanding OnPrintShop in order to help print companies to get into different print segment. So OnPrintShop, just to share, basically we also started as a web to print company, uh, developing the web to print for one specific segment like commercial, which was the most popular. But over the years, we knew that every print companies would like to grow their sales beyond their offering. So one of the opportunities like how they can offer more and more types of print segment. And that's where we have so many clients today who are easily able to get into multi-print segment because of the technology capabilities. Like one of our client is A plus printing, which I want to share. Now they've been having the great capacity of printing, and but before on print shop they were using some other web to print application. Now their target audience was reseller mostly, so they had challenges setting up the unique pricing logics, shipping estimation. Plus they wanted to grow into white format, so there also they had challenges in offering custom price estimation. And apart from that, they wanted to replicate their business model into different niche market as well. So they also wanted to set up some other brands for the retail companies, but they were not able to do it from quite a long time. And after they implemented a solution like OnPrint Shop before 4 years, the very first thing what they did is automating their reseller ordering, and then they also launch one of the retail brand, which I would show in a minute. So the flexibility and the scalability is key today in order to grow into any market, because if you want to get into a multi-print segment, the first thing what you need to look is like how you will capture the market, like how we will get the orders for those multi-print segment and how we can automate the flow. Because even if you're investing into equipments to get into that print segment, you still have to worry about how would you process the orders. And today, as you already see, the profitability, the order processing cost is getting high, the profitability is low because of the raw material cost is high. So we need to look at like how optimally we can process this particular order, how easily we can grab this order from our end client, and how quickly we are able to process. And one of the way to do that is setting up an online technology, because the more orders you manage, the more head counts you'll have to add if you do not have any automated flow. And as Trent mentioned, today you don't even have to get into a lot of equipments if you want to get into multi-print segment. You already have some good suppliers who can be integrated with your platform, and then you can start offering or resell their products, and you can become one-stop solution. So you are already good with some set of products. You add the suppliers like print suppliers as well as promo suppliers, and then you can become the one-stop solution. So what A plus did, I would just show you quickly. Basically for them it was very important that they create their wholesale presence. So A plus printing is currently offering wide range of products with a brand called A plus printing. In that you will find every type of product starting from commercial to yard sign, to banners, to any type of product, even political printing. And these guys are good in terms of in quick turnaround. And this is the on print shop site they launched the very first. And they realized that this particular business model is working out, but then they wanted to create a specific brand for the retail. And because the technology has uh, in terms of scalability and the flexibility, they launched another brand called rustflyers.com, because they already had this product built up, they already had the platform. The only thing was replicating with a new brand. So now they have two brands. One is targeting to a wholesale clients or the resellers, and another one is specific to uh, the retail market. And another success story which I would like to share, the case study of Start and Modern. So many of our clients, before they started with OnPrint Shop, they were only serving the corporate clients, and majority all uh, print companies, if you see, they are having some key B2B clients from years. So before few years, every print company was only serving a limited B2B clients, and they were happy because the business was running absolutely fine with these corporate clients. But as soon as pandemic hit, B2B orders were down almost by 50 to 60% for many of the print companies, and started Modern was one of them, and they could not understand what to do, because to sustain the company as well as to retain the clients, and because of the situation, the B2B orders were down. So they quickly replicated their business model. So they thought to launch a new retail brand by offering some specific products. Now, before that, they used to have another web to print, which was only limited for B2B. They could not launch a retail storefront with that B2B. And in the COVID, they found that there is an opportunity of offering some COVID products. And in OnPrintShop, they were able to do in like 7 days, and they achieved some good amount of growth also in the COVID times. They mentioned, because we launched this new retail site offering the specialized COVID products like wide format stickers, we were able to capture some new B2B clients for the other businesses as well. So they were having the challenges with the existing web to print and MIS, but now today they have multiple brands, plus they are managing the same B2B clients they were able to manage in their previous B2B from the single platform. So this is where the opportunity stands. So if you have the right technology, and if you wants to grow into multi-print segment, that's where the opportunity stands. So Standard Modern, what they did similarly, for example, they were only specialized in the B2B customers before pandemic situation, if we can call it. But then as soon as pandemic hit, they thought to increase their reach or their increase in online sales with guy getting into multi-print segment. And the one of the reason they were able to do it, because they had the flexibility. So the very first site they launched in the COVID was Stay Safe Print, and because of that they were able to capture so many clients who were looking for some specialized signs and floor graphics. Even though this is a B2B, to be honest, B2B customers would be ordering from it, so it's not a B2C, I would say, but still it is targeted to SME B2B clients. So any SME B2B client or a small shop who needs a social signage, floor graphics, they started ordering with them. So they also captured so many small B2B accounts, and eventually they become the larger accounts for other brands. Plus they thought that they're also specialized into political printing. So they also launched another site called My Union Printer, where they're offering all the different types of political printing products. And then these guys are specialized. They're having HP machines. So they are specialized into canvases and using the canvas module. The white format, as a trend mentioned, one of the product is canvas. They also launch another brand called high definition wall art. So the point here is, like, if you really want to get into multi-print segment, and if you know that there is an opportunity, then you need to have the right mix of technology which can help you grow into multi-print segment. So Standard Modern is not only, for example, doing all this into a B2C, but the same platform, the OnPrintShop, they're also having so many private stores for their larger customer, and that they were also having before pandemic, but they just have one particular platform to manage. Now they don't have multiple platforms for retail, they don't have multiple platforms for B2B, so they have one platform on PinShop to manage, I guess, their uh, number of B2B customers via private stores, and they're having multiple brands also, for example, managed through the same platform. So that's where they're getting these opportunities. So how they're able to do it, the question is how. So what we did at OnPrintShop is we understood that every print segment, if we talk about commercial, wide format, label, packaging, invitations, promo products, even connecting with suppliers. So this all is possible with OnPrintShop into a centralized product or centralized order management platform. So OnPrintShop, we have collectively developed this platform in order to support multiple segments, which I would show in a minute. I'll give you a quick overview of it. And we understand that the user experience is key. So some platform are offering wide range of products, but if you really go and order in those platform, you feel the experience is so clunky. And now post pandemic, if you really see, everybody wants an Amazon experience. The individual buyer or the B2B employee or the B2B user who is ordering with you is every day ordering on Amazon. So they are comparing the experience with you also kind of Amazon. So those all B2B users are also on Amazon. Even in, to be honest, us, it's like as a print
Yes.
provider, as a web to print company, I just buy from Amazon. So if you as a print provider or print owner, you are buying on Amazon. Why? Because of the customer experience, not online, offline, but overall customer experience. You get proactive updates. You can order easily anytime, and it's easy to order. And now we also need to give the same experience to your means to our customers. So that's where We have also developed multiple sales channels, storefronts. You can quickly expand into B2C, or if we say B2B, you want to get into reseller space, or if you have walk-in customer branches, that is all possible by putting a storefront around it. And then if it is a B2C, then we also have a print segment, specific specialized designer studios, because the next thing is like how designing will be done because of this. So many products like packaging, photo products, there are commercial wide format. In case if customer have the ready design, they can simply upload. But if your target audience is retail, then you can also launch, means you can also offer the online designing services. Or if it is B2B, you can still set up the template. So you need to also have the designer studio which supports multiple types of print segment. And as Trent very well mentioned, it's not always that to get into a print segment, you always have to have an equipment. You can also partner with the supplier. So we have 4over as a supplier, Sina Printing, Promo Standard. So you can become one-stop solution by offering a multi-print segment from one specific solution. So this means this helps you get into a multi-print segment. So today on OnPrintShop, just to summarize, what are the types of product it can support is immense. It could be maybe less. I have listed, but it is any product types you can imagine into the printing can be supported, which I would show you how it is able to do it. But this is the segments which I have put. So anybody struggling with any of the segment or their existing platform or their existing e-commerce is not able to support, you can feel free to talk to us. So I would just give you a quick overview what we have developed in order to support this multiple segments. So the very first thing for uh, offering a multi-print segment is setting up an estimation. So the system has to understand how different types of products are estimated differently. So that is where we can simplify the online ordering. So for example, commercial print products are normally the fixed size products and you're offering into a fixed quantity and multiple options, and system should give them the right estimation. Apart from that, there are also additional parameters like turnaround time. So if they want next day, you are charging up charges, for example. So it has to give you the right calculations, flexibility in the backend. At the same time, shipping is becoming so and so much critical. Now, to calculate the shipping for a business card is very easy, but if you're offering custom white formats, then it is also challenging. So that's where also shipping logic has to be very strong in order to offer the multi-print product segment. So like this is a simple product, a business card, but now if you're offering a packaging, or if you're offering, for example, flexible pouch tomorrow, if you want to get into products like labels, then all the types of pricing can be easily set up into the OnPrintShop. So how it is different, like packaging product is estimated, for example, in 3 dimensions: length, width, and height. So here we can also offer them the custom size calculation. So they can say, okay, what length, what width, and what depth I need in my packaging, and accordingly system would show them, for example, the cost, and depending on the options you have for the packaging, that can be set up. Now if it is a product like labels or stickers, for example, then you're also calculating the different shapes. So every product is personalized in a way that you can offer the estimation, or you can simplify the estimation. Like in terms of labels and stickers, before the size we can also put the shape, because here, for example, in the business card, for size is critical, but in label we have put some extra options below, uh, above the size, which is uh, the shape. Because many of our client mentioned, like if you want to get into labels, the very first thing customer choose is the shape, and then they choose what size they need. So that is also possible in OnPrintShop, putting some options above the size, and then the customer would choose the options. But here also there is a custom size, and automatically the estimation is generated based on the size unit. Another types of product is standard labels or fixed size labels people are offering. Then there is a wide format. So wide format, there is a custom size and there is a fixed size. So product like custom vinyl banners, you would offer them into custom sizes. Or if it is a product like yard sign, you would define the sizes and you would offer into the fixed sizes. So every types of products, if you see, the presentation is different because we understand that how each of the product type ordering is different. Like in t-shirt, people would need multiple sizes and the quantities at the same point when they're ordering. So here, along with the t-shirt options, all the possible small, medium, large, I can order it right away. So I can say I need 5 small, 10 mediums, for example, and then automatically system would take orders for multiple quantities and multiple sizes at the same time. And this product, for example, if you're into books, then this can be also extended for the books, like short run books. I would say how many pages you need and how many copies you need, and simply it will just calculate the cost. So here, the one part of offering the multi-print segment is how easily you are able to generate the estimation. So in the OnPrintShop, in the backend, what we have done, variety types of print segment, we have developed variety of printing price estimation logic. So when you create a product, you have flexibility of creating the product which is of fixed size, custom size, or for example, uh, a dynamic size or a custom size, I would say. So the pricing method, for example, if I show you, is when you configure a product, then you define that, okay, this particular price is fixed quantity and price products, or if it is a completely custom size product. And depending on the price logic you use, you're able to configure the product pricing. Now, the biggest challenge in calculating the estimations and creating the pricing, we have customers mentioning that they need like 7 days to configure one product. When you have so many options, like in commercial printing, the estimation is becoming more and more complex. And that is the reason we have developed this product master option. So whatever product pricing you're calculating, custom size, fixed size, but on top of that, you might be offering so many types of different options like finishing, paper type, material, turnaround time. And those kind of calculations, adding these options in product to product is becoming difficult, or you might have to manage in Excel. Many of the platform just manage in Excel, and then you have to manage maybe 10,000, 15,000 rows of records for one product because of the such huge combination it can generate. Sometimes a wide format products, you have so many options, and then because of those options, the pricing logics is becoming too much complicated. And that's where we design this product master option. So once you define your variety of products, fixed size, dynamic size, and once you define that master pricing method on top of that, now I can create the options. So options could be finishing attributes, options could be turnaround time. So in terms of paper type or the material type. So in, for example, paper, you are offering multiple types of paper, but in paper, I really want the same paper type to be applied in multiple products. So I only have to set up a formula that the price what I set for this specific paper should be calculated with the quantity, width, and height. Now the same paper is available in business card, the same paper can be available in the brochure. Only the height and width changes, or same paper could be available in the custom size brochure or a custom size business card. So one option could help me to assign. So whatever price I set, it is assigned. So the only thing I have to do is set up this kind of formula. And this really helps, especially when the raw material price is fluctuating. I don't have to go and manage each and every product and update the pricing. Instead, whatever formula we have set, whatever pricing we have set, I only have to change that particular portion, and automatically, because it's a master option, the same option is applied in multiple products. It automatically change the prices for all the products. Like in turnaround time, we have a formula called multiply. So I don't know what to charge in turnaround time. So I would say whatever charge, whatever price customer is saying, upscale the price by 1.5%. So if they're saying maybe $20 in a business card, the next day they would see, for example, $30 because 1.5 upcharge because they want the next day. If they want 2 to 3 day, upcharge 1.2%, for example. So whatever formulas we set up, that created means turnaround time, now I can assign to any product. So pricing and configuring the product is becoming so simplified. People are creating the new product in like matter of minutes. Before it was taking so long, or they were scared of adding those products. So I just need to configure the product, what method I want to apply, and whatever options formulas I have already created in the master, I just have to assign, and then all the product would be created. So now whatever options I have created in the master, I can assign those options, and whatever formula I have set would start applying to this product. So this is making the product creation more easier.
Well, and I was going to say, and a lot of this comes on, that front end piece. So we go back to the questions of, where you're investing and how you're going to look at this. So if this is something that you're starting as an outsource, you're looking at that vendor, you're understanding what their process is and how you need to price a new set of labels. And that's where you're building these options and things in. So exactly what you mentioned. We have a question related around talking about, okay, this is all great, but then how you produce it. Well, now you're stepping more into the actual equipment side of, okay, taking this data that you've captured, these options that you've got, the rules you put in place so that you can say, if I choose this option, I can't choose this option below it because they don't match in the production process, making sure you get a clean, a clean job ticket so that you've got all the different options that go together. Correct?
True. And see, basically what happens, I will just also means after this price estimation, we also wanted to show you the online ordering and the design experience as well. So what happens is like, apart from as Trent mentioned, like when customer order online, either they would upload a PDF artwork, and there you can exactly specify what kind of artwork you need. And if they're ordering the packaging, they should know basically or follow the instructions. Or there is also an online designer studio piece. So we can exactly set what kind of file is needed in terms of producing. The same way designer studio will show to the customer, and in the backend it will generate the print ready file. So that way you can easily, for example, print a specific type of product. Like apart from print estimation, there is a shipping. So shipping is also like, we have customers sharing that we are losing so much in shipping. Either the shipping provider, they have connected with their e-commerce or a web to print. Their web to print is so limited, means they only support the flat shipping. They do not understand the different custom size shipping requirement or dynamic package generation. So that's where also we have developed some advanced shipping methods, and we have done some good development integrating the best of the shipping provider and also showing them the accurate rates, means getting the accurate rates from an API. So there are two specific things we have developed here. One is the packaging masters. So basically you can define how many different packages you have. And another thing what we have developed is dynamic packaging, because certain products you don't know which box you would use. So in that case, for example, you can also set up the dynamic packages. So manage master packages means I would define how many boxes we are using. So small, medium, large, whatever I can set up. But then certain products like vinyl banners, custom size, you would be rolling that up. Or if it is a wide format product, you'd be stacking them up. Then you can also create a dynamic box packaging as well. So certain product you don't know what kind of box you would need. So I can define the box, like the material thickness, and then I can create extra width, height, and depending on the role, the dynamic height of the product system would generate a dynamic box, and then it would pass it to the shipment, and then you would get the accurate rate for the shipping. And we have clients came back to us that the shipping rates system is showing to the client versus they have to pay every end of the month is accurate. So it's 99% accurate. So they do not lose anything on the shipping. Otherwise, it's just, for example, system is quoting something else. You are collecting from the customer at the end of the month. You're paying maybe completely different from the UPS because of the actual box or actual provider. So that's where we have done some advanced development into the backend. And as the question was of Franco is, like Franco is the very important thing is to configure the product in a right way in order after estimation. The next question is like how they would design or how they would upload the file. So there in the system, you can configure how you want the output to be. So for example, it's a very simple product like a business card, but then it's a simple, another product is a yard sign, which is like a completely different size. So I'm just showing you the designer studio experience, like how customer would see. And then in the custom size, people are also ordering maybe custom 6.5 to 3.5 feet banner. So they're also able to design something using an online designer studio. Now, every product is configured in a different way. For example, what kind of image quality should be there? What kind of cut margins, safe margins are there? So the same designer studio experience is also allowing end customers to understand, like when they are designing something or when they're uploading this file, what kind of, for example, specification are required. This is like 120 font size, and I'm able to design this custom banner without any dependency. And then Trent mentioned one of the segment is promotional. So promo products are also on the go, but they want to personalize the promo product. So now if you're offering the same design experience of a business card on promo, it will not work. So even in the backend, we have created a designer studio setting. So now what you can do, the designer studio setting can be different in business card to a promo product to, for example, to a t-shirt or to, for example, product like flag. Because you know that the tool which somebody needs to design a business card, they may not need for the promo product. I only want to limit what they can do. Plus, I want to show them this kind of preview so they can feel personalized, for example. So there are a lot of configurations to simplify or to give the best customer experience in online designing. And that's where we've been working in order to give that customer experience to the customer. Now, there are also, for example, custom labels. So now what happens if customer selects custom height and width, and automatically system will identify what should be the width and height, and it would create a circle if they have selected a circle. So this is like a die cut product, but still I'm able to put my custom height and width, and accordingly system would change this measurement and would create a circle. If it is square, it will create a square. So if I am starting designing this, I can simply see that, okay, this is the particular label or this is the particular sticker. And not limited to B2C. The same experience you can also offer to your B2B client. So if you're offering, for example, packaging products to your B2B clients, the same experience you can also enable. There you can also lock down the template. So you may not want them to personalize everything. Then you can limit what they can personalize. You might, for example, lock certain aspect because it's a branded collaterals. So you lock maybe the logos, but then they're allowed to personalize the background. They're allowed to personalize maybe the message or the addresses. But the user experience of B2C and B2Bs are becoming the same. So this packaging designer studio, what we have developed is again a complete 3D previewing right away when they're saying. So if I'm designing something right away, it is generating. So if I'm optimizing this image, automatically it is showing me where I'm adding this image. Plus, it is generating the 3D preview right away. Because as we mentioned, like packaging label is one of the growing segment, but then how people would order, that's the next question. So if you really want to offer them the experience and online designing, then this is the experience you can offer. Even if, for example, if you want inside to be personalized, and I can also personalize the inside, maybe add a text. So this is like a packaging customer is able to design on their own. So in order to offer the multi-print segment, as I mentioned, one of the thing is the print estimation, the shipping estimation, and the online ordering experience. So today, what companies are looking for is that how they can have one particular system which allows them to grow into multi-print segment. So they might have some B2C brands, they might have some print product specific brands. Like I shown you a customer who's just started a website only for canvas. So they started a completely different brand. So now they do not want multiple system, because if you have a multiple system, then you have multiple dependency. Then you have to have maybe multiple people understanding those system, and then taking those system to the next level is again a challenge, because the way end customers demands are changing, the way technology growing, you need to have a right technology which is growing along with the world, for example. So you remain out of developing a technology, you focus on the business, which is a print. So you focus on print and we focus on IT kind of thing. So today we have clients who are having multiple stores, multiple B2C brands, and multiple private stores onto a single platform. So here they have complete ordering processes coming from different types of storefronts. Even we have connected some offline way of ordering, because we know that certain types of customers would still prefer order via email, phone, or they might send you an Excel, or you might be selling they might be selling your products in their website. Like we have clients offering their products, and their B2B customers have their own Shopify system. So at the end of the day, they just send orders via Shopify. So we also have a way of connecting this external way of ordering. We have one customer who is having a tie-up with the multinational company. Now they have their own ERPs and they have their own e-commerce system. So they send an order via API. They say like, okay, our users will not come and order here. We'll just send you an XML or a specific order format. You just process it. So that is also a way of connecting those external sources. So you have this flexibility in terms of getting into multi-print segment and offering multiple storefronts or the capability to connect to multi-sales channel. So I would also ask Trent to summarize basically and then open the session.
Well, and a lot of it's, it goes back to the research that you do when looking at these markets. And I love the way Nimish put it, because, when we talk about the different responsive storefronts with the different multi sales channels, yes, expanding an entire segment. If you want to do canvas and you create a second brand that is for canvas prints, art quality, gallery, style printing for home or for business, it's a different retail style channel. But if you turn around and find that you have the ability to do that, and you have a corporate customer that is what they like to order, you have a hotel chain that wants to do artwork up inside their hotels and inside the hotel rooms, and you can sell that. You can be able to take it and start that new channel with a very specific client in B2B. Same context goes in terms of design, in terms of the designer. You can have their corporate logo, their business logo all set up, ready to go, with the ability to make a couple of changes and order their products. Where we really, like to play is in this integrated and third-party integration system. And this is really where you can step your toe into offering these different segments. So, Nimish talked a little bit about, promo standards, Cena printing, and 4 over. And the customers we're looking at with 4 over, I have a vehicle wrap and signage shop. They do banners, they do vehicle wraps, window tinting, great place. But he also has been doing his research and understands that, these same customers that come in that he logos their vehicles, a pest control company that he's logoed all their vehicles. Well, he should be able to also provide their business cards, their flyers, their rack cards, their leave behinds when they're, to their NCR forms to be able to fill out a job ticket. He doesn't have digital printers, but using an integration piece like 4 over to where you integrate it into that order management system, whether they're entering the order manually or the customer's ordering it as they need it, that order is then moved directly over to 4 over. It's produced, it's shipped, it's brought in, and he's entered a whole new segment without having to actually, well, now I've got to get, I've got to get a digital printer, I've got to get a cutter, I've got to get, so it makes things very, very efficient for you to quickly pivot and go, okay, I see a need. I've done my research. I've talked to my customer. I see a need. I have a supplier. I can build that product in my order management system. And again, it may be you entering the order offline first, or it actually could be the customer now starting to order that. So this is really where we want to sit down and talk. And it all becomes through our consultative approach of how we sit down, we look at your business, we talk with you, we identify the challenges, and then we're able to walk you through and say, okay, here's how a technology platform such as OnPrintShop can be able to really sit down and work for you. Looks like our team's been answering most of the questions. Francois, I believe you've got a lot. We'd love to sit down and talk with you. If you have additional questions, you want to talk more, I see a lot of customers. I see a lot of people we've been talking to on our attendee list, and I see some names that I know that you're just curious. So make sure you're contacting with us. Back on that very first slide, you'll have Nimish's email. You have my email. Feel free to reach out. You can also go to onprintshop.com and you can fill out, hey, I need a demo. I want to actually see this. I want to see a proof of concept in my world and how things are, because we've probably run up against that in all the years that we've all been working inside of the printing industry and talking about online capture and order management. So I hope you were able to take away, some ideas from this. If you know what your bread and butter is and you do it very, very well, your best option for growth is starting to look adjacent side markets. If you're a traditional commercial printer, starting to add in wide format. If you're a sign and graphics wide format printer, starting to enter into everything from apparel to promotional products. It's all about taking care of that customer. So that is that's our day today. So want to thank you. We will follow up with those questions and continue to answer. So again, you have our emails right there on the screen. Feel free to reach out to us. Nimish, thank you so much. You always do a wonderful job. I want to thank Sandeep and the rest of the crew in the back end who are answering questions and keeping us on task for the day. And we look forward to working with you at OnPrintShop.